students. I am your social teacher. My name is Saranya. We'll continue the lesson in political life, understanding diversity. In last class, we saw half of the lesson. Another half we'll see here. What does diversity add to our lives? Just like Samir Ek and Samir Do become friends, you might have friends who are very different from you. You have probably eaten different kinds of food in their homes, celebrated different festivals with them, tried out the clothes they wore, and learned some of their languages as well. Yes, we are doing that. If our friend is from another religion or something else means we will probably go to their home, we'll have that food, we'll imitate them like clothes, we'll celebrate their festivals. Yes, right? That's how. That is they do. Samir ek and Samir do. You probably like reading and hearing stories and adventures about the different animals, people people and even ghost story also we will sit and listen interestingly, right? Perhaps you even enjoy making up stories yourself. Many young people feel happy when they read a good story because it gives them a lot of ideas to make up more stories. Some of them are interested in writing stories, telling stories, right? So hearing different kind of stories will help them to make own stories. People who write stories get their ideas from all sorts of different places, from books and real life and from their imagination. Usually if you read a book, probably it will be a imagination story or some speciality about the place or some real things also they will write it as stories, you might have noticed. Next, some may have lived in forests close to animals and choose to write of their fights and friendships. Some may like to write stories about forest, animals, everything. Some of them likes that. Other read real accounts of king. So some of them will uh, have interest in knowing different types of kings, queens, and all, and wrote stories about love and horror. Some dipped into their own childhood memories of school and friends and wrote stories of adventure. Some of them will write their own life stories, like uh, whatever they did in school times, along with their friends, whatever. They'll make it as a story with the different names they will put. Imagine if all storytellers and writers that you have heard and read so far were forced to live in a place where all people wore the same two color red and white, ate the same food, maybe potatoes, took care of the same two animals, for example, the deer and the cat. To entertain themselves, played snakes and ladders. So some of them are forced to live in some places. In that places they wore only red and white colored dresses. They will eat always potatoes. Like in that place, cats and deer will be friends, and they will usually play snakes and ladder game. Next, diversity in India. What is diversity in India? India is a country of many diversities. Yes, right? We have many types of diversities. We speak different languages, have various types of food, celebrate different festivals, practice different religions. But actually, if you think about it, we do many things that are similar, except that we do them in different ways. So, all the waves are different and some of them are similar only the slight difference we will make to that. So it become a different way, usually going in the same way. Along with that we'll add something new means that is difference, like that. Next, how do we explain diversity? How we can explain diversity? A little more than 200 years ago, long before the train, aeroplane, bus, or car become a part of our lives. Yes, we are using them, right? Without them, we can't go anywhere nowadays. People travel from one part of the world to another in ships, on horse or camel, or on foot. So in those days, how they travel means like ships, going on horses, camel, by foot, walking itself, they will go. Like that only they are going. But we are depending upon the vehicles. Often they went in search of new lands or new places to settle in, or for many people, or for people to trade with. So they will trade in many places, and because it took so long to travel. So by walking in a foot means it will take so much of time to travel from one place to another, right? By the time they will trade something. Once they got to a place, people stayed there, often for a long time. Many others left their homes because there were famines and drought, and they could not get enough to eat. Some went in search of work, while others left because there was a war. So they will stay in the place. After they reach, they will stay for a long time. So whatever they get, they will eat that as foods. But some of them, they will hesitate. I don't want this. There is no food in that place. So like that they will left. Some of them left from the place, and some of them left from the place because in that place war is going on means they will left from the place. Next, sometimes as they begin to make their homes in new places, people begin to change a little, and other times they manage to do the things in the old ways. So while going to another different place means we want to live in any house, right? We need some shelter, so they will make their own shelters, homes. So their language, food, music, religions become a mix of the old and the new. So if we are staying in that place means in that place they are speaking different types of language means they will get to know, they will learn that language. But along with that language, their mother tongue also will come. So it is like a mixed language. They will eat different types of foods. Like that, everything will be a mixed format. Out of these intermixing of cultures came something new and different. The history of many places shows us how many different culture influence have helped to shape life and culture there. So, like doing like this only, we came to know we can survive in any places. We can survive with that experience. Thus, religions become very diverse because of their unique history. Similarly, diversity also comes about when people adapt their lives to the geographical area in which they live. For example, living near the sea is quite different from living in a mountain areas. So, living near the sea means that is different. The people will eat the seafoods often. They will get fish, crab, like that. They will get often, and they will eat to that. So living near the forest mean that is different. They will get some different types of fruits, vegetables, some animals, like that. So this is different from that geographical area. Next, not only do people have different clothing and eating habit, but even the kinds of work they do is different. So they're doing a different kinds of works also. So if we are going to another place means usual work they don't do. They will adapt to that area and they will do the works from there. Like in cities, it is often easy to forget how closely people lives are tied to their physical surroundings. You can see if you are going for a village, peoples will be talking to each other. They will mingle with each other. But comparing to cities, in city sides, we doesn't know the neighborhood, who they are living and what is the name of them. Some of them we don't have contact with them. This is because in the city people seldom grow their own vegetables and grains. Instead of they depend on the market to buy all the food and other goods that they need. So in the village they will grow their own vegetables. In city also some of them will grow their own vegetables in the garden, like a terrace garden like that. So if they grow means they will not depend on the markets. Okay, children, we'll stop here. We'll continue in the next video. Thank you, children. Stay home, stay safe.